Good morning. It's I have no idea, what day is it? Georgie? Yeah? What day is it? Tuesday. It's Tuesday today. We don't have any responsibilities today, so me and Pixie are gonna go out for a wander, I think. Grab something to eat. And Pixie's gone off for a wander with Arlo somewhere, so we're gonna have to wait until Pixie comes back before we go anywhere. Well, she came home, didn't you? We're going for a wander, aren't we? Hi. We've not been for a wander like this since back in March. And I've got my mask just in case we go past anyone or anything like that. We thought with the interest of avoiding people, we'd go for a walk in the graveyard, because that's not too far from us. Now, people will probably think I'm a bit strange. I've always enjoyed graveyards. I know that sounds a bit of an odd thing to say, but I find them very peaceful places to be. My granddad told me from a very early age that it's the you shouldn't be worried about the dead, it's the living you should worry about. Hey. They're nice. There's the cenotaph. You see, graveyards, they're just extraordinary places. They're history, aren't they? Fascinating. I guess some people won't want to be reminded of this, but we all end up here in some form or another. You know, we all end up in this kind of place. Either a name on a stone or ashes or whatever you want to be, or a tree. We all end up here in some way or another. Okay, Papa. Get down. Go on in. Come on, come in. Come on. And if I've learned anything in life, it's that you don't want to be the richest person in the graveyard. So who are these people? Some really old graves over there, the big ones. Now, I might be wrong in this, you correct me, comments below if I'm wrong, but these graves over here, which I'm going to show you, are I think they're paupers' graves, or what would have been known as paupers' graves, a pauper's pit. So if you couldn't afford a funeral, or if your family couldn't afford a burial or anything like that, you had to share a grave with other people. I'm not sure if these are paupers' graves or not, so you'll have to correct me. I think there are in the other cemetery over the road, and I'll show you them later, I suppose. I have to be really careful. Even though I'm an atheist, I don't like walking over people's graves. I think it's a sign of disrespect. Again, if I'm wrong in saying this, and these aren't paupers' graves, and oh no, I think, are they family? No, they're not family graves. They've got all different surnames. So we've got Edwin Mawson, died September 6th, 1932, aged 34 years. He was 4 years older than me. Cora Chapman, 15. Hello. I have to keep an eye on where Pixie walks. That's it, big space here, look. You have a wander on there. Nellie J. Skeet, she was 3, same age as my niece. Seen a lot of young people, and when I say young, you know, children. And these are all sort of around 1920s to 1930s, so before your NHS, before we had vaccines for stuff. If you survived infancy, it was a miracle by the looks of it. I know Harry Leslie Smith, I've read a few of his books, and he talks about when he was a child and his 10-year-old sister got tuberculosis. She needed to be strapped to a bed, and he says that his family, well, because his dad was out of work and his family couldn't afford efficient care for his big sister, she went to live in the infirmary in the workhouse in Bradford, and she died 2 weeks later at the age of 10. I think with recent times we can slightly understand a bit more about that time in our history. I'm trying to be so careful not to walk on graves here. So I do like reading some of the names. It's history, these were people. And I think when you say a person's name out loud, they kind of come back to life momentarily. You know, they're when you read a name off someone's gravestone, you acknowledge that that person lived once upon a time. Very interesting. So yeah, I'm back on a path now because increasingly difficult to not stand on someone's grave. Are you jumping down? Go on then, on path. Good, Baba. You gonna take us? I see. I know there's another graveyard just across the road where there's less noise pollution. So come on. We're gonna go head over there, and I know they have some really old graves. Here we are over the road with this lovely church building here. Wonder how old that is. It'll tell me over here, I'm sure. Maybe. Let's have a look. I can't quite read that. Maybe I'll have to come back with some tracing paper. Oh no, it's someone's grave. What my nan used to say of bigger the headstone, the more important the person. Or they had lots of money. So let's have a look, see who they were. Following Pixie at the moment. For anyone who's keen to know how to take their cat for a walk, the golden rule is, number one rule is you don't walk the cat walks you. Isn't that right, Pix? Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? You gonna have a look? Samuel Scott, glass bottle manufacturer of this town, who died in London, aged 34. 34 years older than me. He was a glass bottle manufacturer, so he was obviously very important to the economy, created jobs and whatnot in the area. Pixie's jumped back up now. You alright, Baba? And we've looked at a few of these big ones now, and I wanna know who I'm working class, so I want to know who the working class people are, the people who've forgotten. Because look at that, it's like very good. If you got the money to do it, you're gonna build that, aren't you? You're gonna have that. You're gonna be remembered. What about the people at the back? Who were they? Now, me and my granddad because we would go to a lot of parades and they had a lot of church services. So me and granddad always walked around the graveyards. And when I was younger, I was a bit eerie. Found them quite eerie, because my granddad could tell a good ghost story. But we're getting more towards these big graves that have got lots of names on them. See what I mean? The ones that have been in there for ages, the ones that are moving with the earth. Right, let's be careful that I don't walk on anyone's grave. What I've been doing is walking down the middle. Are they engraved on both sides? Yeah, they will be, won't they? John was 17 months old. So we have a year 1903. Wow. A lot of these people would have had family, a lot of them wouldn't have had family, a lot of them would have had family that just couldn't afford to give their family a send-off, or just couldn't possibly do it. So there's some really interesting ones over in the corner there, but I want to show you this. These are always very fascinating to me. You've got your military graves. T. Wardle, who's a rifleman, 30th September 1919, he was 59. 1919. So he survived the First World War, or maybe he's still overseas. Now I know a lot of people are going to think I'm proper odd for enjoying these places, but for me they represent life. They do. I know for a lot of people they represent death, but for me they do represent life, of how significant or insignificant we are, or how we may feel. We all have one thing in common, is that we're all going to, as I've mentioned before, end up somewhere like this, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a leveler, isn't it? It humbles you. In our family we talked about it all the time. My granddad was always, his way of saying it was, you can have this when I'm gone, have that when I'm gone, you can have this when I'm gone. My dad does it now. I was never really hidden away from the painful sides of life growing up, shall we say, so the idea of it doesn't really freak me out. Sorry if everyone thinks I'm being a bit morbid. Wasn't the plan to be. These places are just interesting. You're guaranteed to never really bump into a lot of people at a graveyard, especially an old one, and I quite like that. Seen on a lot of these graves, the younger ones, so your children that are on these gravestones, they're all along the same years and are along the same times. It certainly makes you think about what illnesses were going on around then, you know. also makes you wonder how old these magnificent trees are, doesn't it? They've obviously been here well before us, or me rather. I don't know how long you've been here. Well, I dare say that these are a few hundred years old, so whoever's watching this and claiming to be older than these trees, I claim BS. Yeah, it certainly makes you wonder how old they are, because they would have been here well before us. I'm guessing, unless people come and cut them down, they'll be here long after we are gone as well. Hi! She loves graveyards. There you are. Go on, are you interested? I think that's home time now. Yeah, should go and have some din-dins. Yeah, I feel a lot better after going for a walk through a cemetery, to be honest. It's reminded me of how long we are actually here, and that we are remembered a lot longer than we are actually alive. Pixie knows it's home time. I just want to say again, thank you everyone for your continued support and all the love you give Pixie. There's no House of Pix without all of your support, so thank you again. Thank you so much for supporting us. You have no idea just what it means to us. If you're new to the channel and you've enjoyed this video, check out our other videos. We talk about a lot of different stuff, but in a pretty normal way, I guess. And yeah, if you're returning, subscribe to us so you'll get notifications when we post new videos. The messages that we get from you after we post our videos talking about how they've helped you, that's the motivation. That's why we do this stuff. Today was a bit of a different one. Today was just getting out the house. So thank you for joining us. So if you want to continue to support us, share this video for us. If you like it, that would be even better. You know, take care and we'll see you all soon. Bye bye. We home, Pix? Go on then. There we go. Oh, she is, look. Should we go home? Good girl. See you soon. Bye bye.